Welcome to One More Thing, a ministry of First Baptist Kirksville. I'm Jason Marlin, here with Travis Kirkman.
Hello.
Also Ethan Bray.
What's up?
We're kind of in a summer series here talking about Bible stories that you might not have heard in Sunday school. We're kind of talking about some fun ones, and today is a little different. We're going to talk about how should you talk to witches? Wow. A little Harry Potter today, maybe. So actually in the Bible, there was a guy who went to a witch, and we're going to talk about, should you do that? Did he do that? Or, well, this guy did. Actually, his name was Saul, King Saul, and it's found in the book of 1 Samuel. You got your Bible open already. That's a lot to read. I don't know if we should read all of it, but I want you to just read like 1 Samuel 3, really just chapter 3, or verse 3, chapter 28, verse 3, and then I'll kind of give a summary of it. How about that?
All right. So it says, Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, his own city. And Saul had removed from the land those who were mediums and spirits.
All right, so two big things there. Samuel's dead. Y'all remember who Samuel was, right? Who's Samuel?
Prophet.
He's kind of like the one who
Anoints everybody.
Anoints everybody, gave Saul all the direction. And what was the second big thing there?
He removed all the mediums and spiritists.
That's right. So he kicked all the witches out. Okay, all the mediums out. So that was the two big things. Now here's the deal. So Saul and the Israelites are in deep trouble because just across the field over there are the Philistines. The army's gathering. They're about to charge, and Saul is nervous. Not just nervous, he's scared to death because they are about to be defeated. So he doesn't have the prophets, he doesn't have the priests to ask God to help him because, well, he killed all the priests. So you can't ask the priests to help him because, well, there are any left. He can't ask the prophets to help him because he's run all of them off as well. So he's got a problem, right? Who's going to get to help ask the Lord? So the priests are gone, the prophets are gone. He says, what am I going to do? Let me go to a witch. Sounds kind of weird, right? So he goes at night. Now, have you ever noticed this? In fact, there's a book called Night Scenes in the Bible, which is kind of a cool book, right? Night Scenes in the Bible. Because if you kind of look, it's always kind of during the night that people do stupid stuff. Have your parents ever tell you this? Like, nothing good ever happens after, like, midnight?
Yeah.
So nothing good ever happens after midnight. Well, that's probably true in the Bible as well. Nothing good happens at night. So here's Saul. He dresses up in a costume, I guess. He tries to pretend like he's not who he is. And he just takes a couple of guys because here's the problem. The witch is actually on the Philistine side of the army. So that's dangerous. So he walks over to the witch and he says, I need you to call up Samuel. Now here's really a question. And this is where we kind of get into the I guess the big deal. Can spiritists, can witches, what do you call those people today? Psychics. Can they really call up dead people?
They can in the movies.
I see dead people. I see dead people. So, I mean, but that's kind of what happened. In fact, maybe you can read a little bit more here.
Okay.
So pick it up here, and on the Bible, in the Bible it says, all right, verse 11. Pick up in verse 11.
And then the woman said, Whom shall I bring up for you? And he said, Bring up Samuel for me. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried out with a loud voice, and the woman spoke to Saul, saying, Why have you deceived me, for you are Saul?
So, hey, bring up Samuel, and whoa, there's Samuel. And why did you deceive me? So, like, here's a woman. She's a witch. He said, bring up Samuel. Boom, there's Samuel. So I guess, again, the question is, I call them witches, mediums, can spiritists, what do we call them? I forgot that.
Psychics.
Can they actually call up dead people?
I mean, this lady did.
If God lets them, I guess they can.
So there's really kind of different views on this, and this is kind of why a lot of times it's kind of strange why people may not teach it, because it's really hard to I guess, interpret this. So here's the three interpretations that people give this. First of all, people will say that this witch played Saul, that she just kind of, she knew who he was, whatever. She's like, I'm just going to trick this dude. You kind of see that in psychics today. I think that happens today or whatever. I think some people are just fakers, right? Mm-hmm. And they're just really good at like reading the room or reading people, and they're just like let you hear what you want to hear, right? Mm-hmm. Another viewpoint is that this was demonic, that she was controlled by demons, and you see that in the New Testament as well, where, even Paul like cast out one of the seers, and they got mad because they lost their money, right? Mm-hmm. But this was a woman who was, controlled by demons as well, and demons have been around a long time. They know the future. They are able to, or they don't know the future, but they have knowledge. They know the past anyway, and they're able to use. They're powerful, so they're able to use people and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's true today as well. Mm-hmm. So people can be controlled, if you will, by demonic powers. And then the third viewpoint of this, which I'm actually going to say this was God ordained, that actually God allowed Samuel to be sent back. And God used, at this point, a witch. God used a medium to allow Samuel to speak to Saul. So God can use even evil things, and we see that a lot of times in Scripture, to do that. So Samuel comes back, and sadly Samuel says, "You're going to die."
He wasn't happy either. Yeah. I don't remember.
No, he says, "Yeah, so you're going to die," and that's really not. In fact, I think there's a funny thing. I want you to keep reading because I think it's a funny. Just read 12 through like 15 or 12 through 15 because it's really.
Okay. It says, when the woman saw Samuel, she cried out with a loud voice, and the woman spoke to Saul, saying, "Why have you deceived me? For you are Saul." And the king said to her, "Do not be afraid, but what do you see?" And the woman said to Saul, "I see a divine being coming up out of the earth." He said to her, "What is his form?" And she said, "An old man is coming up, and he is wrapped with a robe." And Saul knew that it was Samuel, and he bowed with his face to the ground and did homage. Then Samuel said to Saul, "Why have you disturbed me by bringing me up?" And Saul answered, "I am greatly distressed, for the Philistines are waging war against me, and God has departed from me and no longer answers me, either through the prophets or by dreams. Therefore I have called you that you may make known to me what I should do."
I love 15 there. Samuel's like, "Why you got to disturb me?" Like, think about it. Samuel been in like heaven, I guess, and all of a sudden you like bring me back. Like, why you got to disturb me by bringing me up?
It's kind of like when I'm asleep and like one of the kids comes in and like wakes me up or something.
Are you a morning person?
I know how he feels.
Are you a morning person?
No.
So when somebody wakes you up, or you ever do like
I'm mad.
You're cranky.
Getting mad, yeah.
I hear him cranky right there. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I relate to that.
Yeah, like, why are you
old
waking?
Man in a robe.
You're the old man in the robe, just like you should have dressed up like I should have.
That
had
would have
that.
been great.
Yes, you should have dressed up like Samuel today, like all sleepy eyed and ill, and cranky. But that's what he did. That would have been you. And he woke up and he's like, "Why'd you wake me up?" And he says, "Listen, I've got trouble." And then Samuel answered, "Since the Lord has turned away from you and you've become your enemy, the Lord has done exactly what he said through me. The Lord has torn your kingship. You did not obey the Lord. You didn't carry his wrath out. Therefore, the Lord's done this today. He will hand over Israel to the Philistines. And tomorrow, you and your sons will be with me." In other words, you're going to die. It's going to be over for you. So let's kind of ask a few things real quick before we end this thing. What do you got?
It's kind of off topic, but he says, "You'll be with me."
Yeah.
So did Saul go to heaven?
Yeah, that's debated as well. I think
I never noticed that part.
Yeah,
Sorry.
most people will say that he's just like, "You'll be with me in your death."
Yeah.
You're going to be dead. But anyway, so let's talk about this. Like, is God okay with going to psychics, mediums, or all this kind of stuff?
No.
Well, then he did, but it's not okay, right? Hard no. That's good.
Yeah, I think we agree on that.
We agree on that. What else can we learn about this then? What kind of lessons can you learn from kind of a passage like this?
Don't wake people up when they're in a deep sleep.
Okay, that's one. Yeah, don't be
cranky.
Don't bring people back from heaven.
Yes.
Okay.
Do that.
How about this? When you're trying to hear from God, What are some reasons that you don't? Because again, I think he's searching for God, right? I mean, why do people sometimes not hear from God?
Well, I'm thinking that maybe he was trying to hear from God, like for the wrong reason, maybe,
Okay. Yeah.
And so a lot of us human folk, will be searching for answers, or like, man, why doesn't God just make this clear to me? And maybe it's because it's not supposed to be, one, but maybe you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
Okay. So when you say you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, like what does that mean? Like sin?
Exactly.
Yeah, so sometimes we can't hear from God because of sin. So sin blocks God. Sin blocks it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You got your phone there? You got
do.
it. Yeah. Look up Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59, 1 and 2. And I think this is, so Saul, we could say Saul had sin in his life, I would say.
Yeah.
He killed priests. He ran out prophets. And so Saul definitely had sin in his life. Isaiah 59, verse 1 and 2 actually says that. So read verses 1 and 2.
It says, surely the arm of the Lord is not too short to save, nor his ear too dull to hear, but your iniquities have separated you from your God. Your sins have hidden his face from you, so that he will not hear.
So your sins have hidden his face from you so that he will not hear. So sometimes we're searching for God, and you wonder, like, man, God's just not hearing me. Could be you
Quit doing the dumb stuff you're doing.
That's right. So what would be the first prayer you need to pray in order for him to hear you?
Hey, cleanse my heart.
There you
Help
go.
me get on the right track.
That's
here.
right. Another reason you may not be willing to pray is you're really just not seeking him for real. You're just like, it's more selfish than really trying to seek God. And I think that's really what Saul was doing. Flip over to like First Chronicles. It's just like another a book over. This tells the same story, but kind of in a different light. First Chronicles chapter 10. And this tells the end of that. First Chronicles 10, 13, and 14. Listen to the result of this, what happened to David or Saul here.
So Saul died for his trespass, which he committed against the Lord, because of the word of the Lord which he did not keep, and also because he asked counsel of the medium, making inquiry of it. And he did not inquire of the Lord. Therefore he killed him and turned the kingdom of David. He turned the kingdom to David, the son of Jesse.
So Saul died.
Yeah.
It says he died because it actually says because he went to inquire of the medium, and it says because he didn't inquire of the Lord. So he didn't even look. He didn't even try to ask the Lord, really, because that's what Chronicles said. So sometimes you think you're seeking the Lord, but you're really not. It's more selfish. So I think we see that. So whenever we think about are we seeking God, real guidance doesn't come from other places. You really just need to go to God, seek God. That's the place that has all the answers, right? Anything else you guys see from this thing?
I mean, I think too, and it ties to that, like, do it the right way. Like, how does God reveal himself? In his word, through prayer, through faithful preaching, right? So, I know a lot of times we hear a lot of people say, well, I just heard this from God. Well, how did you hear that from God? If it's not in one of the ways he's ordained, like he ordained the prophets and the priests that he slaughtered because of selfishness, well, then you probably didn't hear him. Or if you're hearing something from God that isn't aligning with what God's word actually says, then that's not God. So I think that's something for a lot of people to be mindful of. Working with college kids or youth, I hear that a lot of times. Like, well, I just feel like God's making or calling me to do this. Okay, why do you think that? Did you hear it in his word? Did you hear it through preaching? Did you hear it through your prayer time, your spending time alone with the Lord, studying his word, Because just a feeling doesn't mean it's actually from him.
And does it line up?
Does it line up with Scripture?
Yeah, that's a good point there. I like that. All right, well, we've got some exciting things that are happening in our church, and we've got some mission opportunities that are available to us as well. And Sarah's going to tell a little bit more about that, so watch this.
Thanks, guys. I have an incredible missions opportunity that I want to tell you about. Our missions and evangelism team is partnering with Community Action right here in Kirksville for a new program that they have called First Day Fresh Start. This program is designed to give students in need from preschool to 12th grade a brand new outfit and a brand new pair of shoes to start their school year. We all know that that's an exciting thing for kids to have something brand new to start with, and we want to give that opportunity to more kids. Last year they were able to serve 124 students, and we want to help them increase that number. Just one note I wanted to mention, all of these participants are interviewed and they go through a process before they're accepted into the program. So you can be sure that the kids that we help are truly kids that are in need and that this will make a difference in their lives. If you'd like to help us out, all you need to do is grab a gift card from a local store that sells shoes or clothing in our area, or you just give a monetary donation and Community Action will purchase gift cards to give out to these families in need. If you'd like to give, please be sure to turn those back in by June the 22nd, and we can't wait to see what a difference that we can make in the students' lives right here in Kirksville and in surrounding areas.
Welcome back. We hope you can participate in that. I think that's an awesome opportunity for our church to do something locally that helps kids really kick off the new school year in an exciting, fresh way. So hopefully you get them started with that. Now it's time for our first family fun. Always an exciting time of just joy, right? We just enjoy this so much. We get to bond in a special way. It's just, people say they love this part. So what you got for us today, Sarah?
All right, this game is a little bit of a mesh of some things we've done in the past. Do you remember when we did controversial topics?
No.
I don't remember that one.
Remember?
I don't.
Really?
Like conspiracy theories or
Well, it was controversial topics, but I said a question about conspiracy theories, and then it became about conspiracy
Well,
theories.
That was a good one.
That
one
we
was
enjoy.
good.
We like that.
Anyways, it's kind of a spin-off of that, and then last week I asked you guys to make up some new laws, and y'all couldn't make up, well, you decided not to pay taxes anymore.
And no speeding.
No
tickets.
speeding tickets.
Yeah. Okay, well, this one's called petty court cases. So I'm going to give you a court case, and you guys are going to debate it.
I like this.
I actually have a lot of them, so we'll
like-
see.
yeah.
Maybe this is like 2 episodes.
I would like to
but
be a lawyer.
This is a good one. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, case number 1. Should a spouse be arrested for turning on overhead lights first thing in the morning?
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
I mean, I don't know about it being like arrested, but I would say fined maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like a $50 fine.
Yeah, I mean, arrested.
That's
is
pretty
probably-
harsh.
Arrested is harsh, I would say harsh.
Okay, what's the fine amount?
$50.
And it goes directly to the spouse that's in bed?
Yes.
Okay, I'm with that.
My question is, are
But it's
any
really-
of you the first spouse awake?
Yeah,
No,
I am.
I'm
You
never.
are.
Yeah, my wife sleeps in a lot.
So that would be you the one paying the money.
And you're for that?
Yeah, because I don't.
He doesn't turn the light
I
on.
don't turn the light on.
Oh, that is the
How do
awesome,
you
awesome.
start getting ready when people are asleep?
Well, actually, because our house is so small, my closet's upstairs and hers is in the room, so I don't change in our room.
That's just.
So I kind of get a cop out.
That
on
sounds
this
like
one.
an awesome spouse to me. What what about you?
Listen, they're newlyweds, so they don't change in front of each other.
One of my favorite things to do is come in and flip that light on for Jason.
I think that's cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah.
I think it's just me.
All right, court case number 2. Who controls the thermostat? The one who pays the bill or the one who's cold?
Me.
the dad in the home.
I like to say that I control it, but I'll the past couple days I've been like, man, it's like freezing in here. I got the air on, but it's set on like 74, 75 even.
It's good.
And man, I was like freezing the other night, and it was set on like 68 degrees.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
No.
ours is.
Like that's
Like,
crazy.
the heat. That should be the heat.
68 degrees, and I'm betting it was Savannah. You know,
Yeah.
I'm betting.
I'm betting.
So
You should buy her one of those like personal fans that she just carries around with her. Like, that, if you're hot, wear the fan. That's
I
what
wouldn't
she-
be surprised if Jason put one of those lock boxes on our
that's a good
thermostat.
idea. We got any extra?
like the ones at the
of those?
church?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
a good idea.
And we do like in the wintertime, you have an electric blanket or a blanket. That's what you can wear if you're cold. Put more clothes on. And in the winter, and then the summertime, we have a fan. I have a fan.
Listen, I always check that thermostat. When like we have the old school, well, it's like digital, but you can't like set it from your phone or anything. But like every day I leave, I put it up to like 76, 75, 76.
Yeah.
It's because nobody's there.
I did listen to
You know
a
what I
thing
mean?
though. They said if you just leave it the same, your bill will be lower than if you change it all the time. So he said, like, just pick one that you're comfortable with and let your house sit at that, and it's the cheapest
78
way.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it at 78 in the winter,
78.
summer, all the time.
All right, ready? Number 3. Leaving one sip of juice or milk in the fridge, genius or criminal?
Criminal.
I think genius, because then you don't have to throw it away. That's how I view it.
That's
criminal.
how my kids do it all the time.
Listen, we get like cases of soda, them little cans, you know, and like they're in the garage refrigerator, and I'll go out there to get me a cold Pepsi.
Nothing in
Nothing in there.
Yeah.
It's just the box.
That's so bad.
That's what they do. Like everything, man. I'm so mad.
Old grumpy man.
Next one.
Next one.
Is it okay to set 8 alarms and snooze through them all?
Yes.
If any of y'all say yes, I'm punching you right
No,
now.
I hate it.
Let me show y'all something real quick here.
That's
I'm
crazy.
gonna throw your phone right now and break it.
Switch the camera to me real quick.
No,
I'm gonna show you what my alarms look like.
this is
Look at this.
that. Oh my.
That's crazy.
If I slept,
I got 25 alarms on here.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. First of all, there's no way you have those on. It starts at 4 a.m.
Well, that's for special occasions.
No.
I had to do something at 4 a.m. once.
So why are you going to have that on there?
It's not on. But
So-
when I go to bed, I'm like 6, 6:15, 6:30, 6:40, 6:42.
Rich,
7.
this morning, which ones were really on?
I don't know because, see, I don't hear them.
That's even worse.
Savannah has to shut them
No,
off
that's
for me.
even worse.
I'll tell you mine. I had on 6 and 6:15. I also have a 6:10, but you don't do that one because it, like your snooze button comes back on every 10 minutes.
That's right,
So
yeah.
the 6 o'clock one is going to snooze at 6:10. Instead, I just let my snooze hit 6:10, and then I have another alarm that comes on at 6:15.
Mm-hmm. I like
That's
it.
the third
That's
alarm that's gone off, and then I'm kind of ready to get up.
Listen, if I don't have
Except she didn't get up, or except she had already gotten up and was gone, and I had to roll over and cut the thing off.
But let me tell you a little secret about Travis. If I don't have an alarm and nobody wakes me up, I just won't get up. Like, I think there's something wrong with me. And so I lived with my buddy in an apartment, like second floor or whatever. And like right outside of our door was like one of those big tornado siren things. And like a tornado was coming through, dude. Like it was crazy, hail, all kinds of stuff. And that thing was going off. And it did not, I was asleep on the couch taking a nap. And like I woke up and like 3 or 4 of my buddies were like shaking me and just laughing. And I'm like, woke up and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
You need like an ejection bed.
Like I didn't hear the,
so
the alarm.
does Savannah wake you up before she leaves or something?
yeah. Sometimes.
Other times you get here about
Other
12:30.
times I hear one of my 14 alarms going off and I'll get up.
All
You know
right.
what wakes me up though? I better not say it. Okay, let's go.
You pee the bed.
I don't pee the bed, but that's what wakes me up because you wake up and you have to go to the bathroom. So that's how I wake up.
I hate alarms. I hate alarms.
Other things that we might cut from
No,
the podcast.
no, these
This is entertaining.
Okay, next
you
one.
hate alarms too, though, right?
Yeah, I set one, and majority of the time, I wake up like 2 minutes before it goes off by myself, which is nice, so I can just turn it off, and it never goes off.
Alarms are stupid.
Listen, have you ever not woken up for like an appointment or something somewhere very important that you're supposed to be at?
No,
think so.
because his wife is always up earlier than him, and she wakes him up.
I've slept through junk before, and it's devastating. Probably another reason why I have like 25 alarms.
Yeah, no.
Like woke up and I'm like,
did
oh man, I'm
sleep
supposed
till
to be there
morning
like an
practice
hour
once,
ago.
But I didn't know it was morning practice, so.
If I
terrible,
have a
though.
place, I will set an alarm, but I only need one.
Well, I'm a heavy sleeper.
All right, moving on. Should someone go to jail for cutting a sandwich vertically?
Again, jail is a bit harsh. Vertically, like
Like right down the middle?
That's exactly how Annie
As
likes
opposed
it.
to horizontally. I mean, diagonally. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was trying to
Corner
figure
to
out.
corner. I would say no. I've had them both ways.
Yeah, I think they're both
So
good.
they don't really bother me none.
I mean, jail's too harsh. I don't really care either. I like them better horizontal. I like them better diagonal because then you get the corner. You just eat the corner.
All right. Should you be fined for sending K?
Wait a second. Does it say should you be fined, or does it say
she
should you go to
changed it.
jail?
No, this one says fine.
Okay.
Should you be fined for sending K or a thumbs up instead of a full response? I didn't write this one, but
I think this one.
feel it in my core.
Listen, don't ever send Sarah a thumbs up emoji.
Because she thinks you're
She
actually
will hate you.
Yeah, she actually
for the rest of
thinks
your
you're
life.
saying a bad word to her.
I think it's the rudest thing. I don't know. It just feels rude. Like,
I do it to everybody except for Sarah.
or
I know
if
now.
y'all are being mean to me, then y'all send me a thumbs
If
up.
I'm mad at her, I give her a thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
I read though that so there's some generation, I can't remember which one they call it, that is offended by the thumbs up, and I saw it and I was like, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
That's offensive to me.
Do you think it's just because people are being short with you?
Yeah, it feels short. Also, the word K feels short. I feel like, can you write out O?
I don't like K. I never send K. I never send
That's
like
when I
just
know
a
I was in
K.
trouble with my wife when we were dating if I got a K.
Yeah.
I'll go OKAY.
Well, I just feel like a thumbs up is not even an effort to respond.
Is a thumbs up the same as if you say something and then, like an iPhone, and then you can like it or whatever, but it's still like a
No, you
thumbs
can
up?
give me a heart. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but there's a
Okay.
thumbs up one. So is that the same as if
yeah, I
I
don't
sent
like
you a
that's the
thumbs
same
up?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't like
sent
thumbs
that
up.
the other
Well, I'll
day.
quit
Thumbs
doing
up.
that as well.
Don't be thumbs upping her. She said I had words for you when you did that, just to let you know.
Anyways,
Busted.
y'all don't mind the thumbs up? Or
I don't mind it.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I
It
don't
doesn't
really
bother
read
me
into
none.
it, yeah.
I'd rather people not text at all.
Dude, I wish
For
people
real.
didn't text. I want a phone call. You got something to say to me? Call me.
Okay, well, I'm just going to skip ahead then. I'll lead into this one. Should group chats be a federal offense?
Yes,
Yes.
I hate them with
Yeah.
every fiber of my being.
Yes, but you can also turn them off, like the notifications off.
But then you got that number just racks up.
And there's like
On
one
your,
portion
like,
of it I
unread.
need. Like it's ball season currently. And I told Jason the other day, I'm going to sign him up to
No,
all the
no, thank you.
parent email text because you know what it's full of? Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for people asking the same stupid question. If you just look 2 messages up, it's right there.
Just-
Like,
Send
game,
me a message.
game today at 6:30. Thumbs up.
It's her worst nightmare.
That's right.
Like, what are you supposed to write back to that, though? Oh, thank you so kindly for that message. I will
Okay.
definitely be there
just
at the game
don't
today
have to
at
say
6:30.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything.
But
Like,
then they don't know that you,
Are going.
like, oh, I wonder if they got my text or
yeah,
not.
because Sarah says that to me all the time. Like, did you get my text? Yes, I read it.
It
Well,
says
you didn't
red.
respond. Well, I
You
read
don't
it.
like a thumbs up.
Don't say K or thumbs up.
Yeah,
but
so-
anything else, I need you to say something.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't like to have read receipts on mine either because I
Yeah.
don't want you to know I read it.
Yeah.
That's true.
You can turn that off.
I do. I cut mine off. I don't want you to know I read mine. Because
Oh,
maybe
how
I
do you do
did.
that? I need to learn how to do that.
Because maybe I didn't. I don't want you to know I read it. Because maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it. I didn't read that text yet.
I have 45 text messages on my phone right now that I haven't opened up because I don't. You know, you can read it when they first come in, but you're not without
that's right.
opening it.
Yeah, just it.
See, on Snapchat, I can just slide it halfway, read it, and then slide it back, and they don't know.
Okay.
Moving
Who
on.
owns the middle armrest on a plane?
Always me.
Always you. That's so true.
I think the biggest guy. So always me.
I don't know if I've ever been on a plane that has armrest. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's the
Whoever has it first.
the
Yeah.
biggest guy.
I agree. It's always the bigger person.
Yes,
Always.
it's always the biggest person.
I mean, I don't like it. I think it's wrong, but it's just what happens.
It is.
The bigger person,
He gets
moves past their
yes.
space, and then
It's just true.
They should start charging extra for like the armrest. If you want the left and the right armrest, it'll be an extra
Are you
$50.
fat shaming people?
Yes.
Did you guys see they're making stand-up ones in planes now?
No way.
Yeah, stand only. I saw it yesterday.
Oh, that's,
It's like those, you know, like the
Got
old,
a
like
14-hour
that old,
stand-up.
like what do they call it? Fairground rides, where like you press up against the wall and it spins real fast. It looks just like that, and it just has one strap across the middle, and you just stand there the whole time.
that would be horrible.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it's like to Chicago or something.
Yeah,
though.
it's like 2 hours or whatever.
I could do it. Listen, I've been on some pretty janky plane rides overseas and stuff. I could stand on a plane ride to Chicago from here.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Well,
I'm
they're
just looking
saying they
that
were
up.
doing it to make it cheap.
That's
Right, yeah.
launching in 2026.
The standing ones?
Standing only seats.
Yeah. Trying to make it cheaper.
I'm all for cheaper though.
Yeah.
Like you said,
I mean, you do some wall squat,
save
you get a
us
whole
money.
workout in.
I'll be sitting down with no
With one
armrest.
armrest. Not two, one.
Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. These are like terrible for our marriage, but should passenger seat drivers be legally silenced?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, without a doubt. I don't like side seat drivers or side seat breakers, side seat
Backseat drivers.
side seat stopper. Doing this right
Or a
here.
gasper?
Oh, that's Savannah when I'm driving.
Oh, that's you when I'm driving.
I wonder why. Because I almost died. Listen,
right.
he could there could be 45 cars pile up behind us, and Jason's just going down the road looking at his phone
Yeah, reading us something.
and
all over his
hitting the
phone.
radio and mad at the person in the passenger seat because they gasped. What are you talking about? Look in your rearview mirror. Yeah. You just caused a catastrophe.
You know
back
what?
there.
Rear view mirror, it's behind me. I'm looking forward.
Savannah taught me something though. I rode with her. She's a little bit like Jason in the road, and she always says, people will be honking at us because she's crossed 4 lanes of traffic. She's like, "Use your brakes, sir. Use your brakes." All right. We'll let this be our last one. Should adults be allowed to order kids' meals if they're not with a kid?
Yes.
I mean, I say yes, but I still think that's dumb.
I'm with Jason on that one.
I don't know. Sometimes I like to get a Happy Meal.
My parents, that's the only way that they eat is a Happy Meal or a kid's meal.
I mean,
Or
I think it's fine. I just think it's dumb. but
here's my
okay.
problem with it: will they eventually get rid of kids meals because of the cost of it or whatever? Because that's terrible. Because
It's
then
already
we have
more
to start
expensive
paying
than everything
real big
else.
prices for our kids. Then we're never going out to eat again.
Listen, kids' meals are already what? I don't know how much they're. Probably $6 anyway. $7. I don't even know.
I don't know. But
Listen.
did you guys see Wendy's has what's them things called? Frosties. They got new ones now where there's Pop-Tarts in them and all
Ooh,
kinds of cool stuff.
That sounds good.
So they're trying to make them like Blizzards and stuff now.
That's neat.
But it's a Frosty. We should go after
We
this.
should definitely try that out.
It's almost lunchtime. Let's do it.
Listen though, if I don't want to eat very much and I want to reminisce on my childhood, I'll go get me a cheeseburger Happy Meal.
When was the last time you did that?
I mean, maybe a year ago. Less than a year, maybe.
Sounds good. We don't mind. We don't mind any of that. So we'll take cheeseburger Happy Meals if we have to, but it's okay. Anything else you got?
I mean, I have more, but that's probably about
All right,
all our
we'll
time
pick back
today.
up next time. Those are pretty good. Listen, we are enjoying our podcast. Hope you are. If you are, make sure you like us. Make sure you subscribe to share this thing. I think we're still lacking from 1,000, right?
Yeah, we're at 929.
So, whoa, we still need 80 folks, 70 folks. So tell your friends, tell your family members to like our page on Facebook so we can make sure we get that number up to 1,000, because when we get 1,000, we're going to throw a party. Sound good? So make sure you do that. See you guys Sunday, all right? Bye.